Hi there, friends. I wanted to share with you the story of how I came to Christ and what God's been doing in my life since. I didn't grow up going to church, but my parents always made sure that I had a Bible. And I can remember reading the stories of creation and the resurrection. I can still see those awesome 70s pictures. Ooh. But, fast forward 5 or so more years, my mom knew God was prompting her to go to church. And you know, it was January of 1988 on the last Sunday of Christmas break, and we rolled up in our Sunday best, and I was wearing my awesome 80s colored, definitely banana colored diagonal zipping jacket that I just got for Christmas. But I always say, though, my mom put us in the path of grace, and we experienced church as a family that first time that Sunday. I walked into the junior high room and I recognized some kids from junior high band. Fast forward a bit, and God started moving our family. And then in 1990, while quietly sitting in youth group on a Sunday morning, God started speaking to me, telling me I needed to be saved, that sin was standing in the way of salvation. That moment is still so vividly clear, even all this time later. And it was right then and there, in my mind, right there as the youth pastor was talking, I decided to make Christ my Savior. And I knew something had happened. I knew I was changed because my mom said as we got in the car that day, "You're different." But I knew it was true, but like a regular teenager, I said nothing. And admittedly, I didn't do much to grow in my walk with the Lord. I remained stagnant. But then in 1992, I joined the Mexicali mission team with my youth group, and I served in Mexico for spring break. I got to do VBS. I translated for church services. And then I also started working with kids. And I learned how much I loved working with them in any capacity. And it was during one of those nighttime church services back at base camp that the gospel was shared. And God started speaking again loud and clear, as loudly and as clearly as he had that first Sunday. And it was clear I needed to actually follow him. And it was time to rededicate my life, to really invest my life in him. Believe it or not, I was shy and I didn't want to stand up. So I made a deal with God. I said, okay, if the gal sitting on my left stands up, I'll stand up. Not 3 seconds later, she stood up, and I knew it was time to make the choice. I would earnestly and sincerely, with everything that I had, follow him and really give him everything. And you know what? Life hasn't been the same since I decided to do that. A couple years after that, I started attending Biola University, and God used that place to cement my faith. I had world-renowned Bible and Christian ed profs pouring into me, and I had leadership opportunities and deep time in the Word and in worship, and God used all those pieces to grow me. And then for a semester in between, in the middle of it all, I had to take a break because of finances, and it made me available to serve and lead a new team of youth to Mexicali. And that was where God put the call of ministry, of service on my life. Now, I knew my life would be in service to him, and in the years afterward, I've really began to understand that depth. I finished school, and I've kept serving wherever I've been able to, both vocationally and as a volunteer. And when I'm serving him, I'm home. And as I'm getting older, my focus hasn't changed much, but there's a broader reach. I still love kids, and I will spend copious amounts of time coloring and playing and just talking with kids over anything. But now my focus is including the grown-ups who I'm going to pour into and bring alongside to make a difference for the kingdom of this generation, and for following generations. These are the people who are going to impact kids that I can't, who will give something completely unique and even make the gospel message clearer, even clearer to the families they serve. That's my story. Other folks have encouraged and inspired me with theirs. So what's yours? How are you going to encourage someone else? Everyone has a story. God bless you.